Hi. So what we're going to do now is the relaxation part of one of the next exercises. The exercise itself is an advanced move, so I'm not going to show that to you now, but we are going to do the end part, and the end part is really important for our vertebrae health. So the health of our discs and for those ligaments and tendons and muscles. This exercise, you want to concentrate on singly moving each vertebrae. So our vertebrae, our backs, can move in all kinds of different directions. They move as a unit and they also move individually. So we're going to try and move each one individually. You're going to lay on your back, keeping your feet flat on the floor, knees are bent. You're going to activate your powerhouse, so tipping that back, your lower back into the floor, pressing your lower back into the floor, belly button in tight, pelvic floor muscles are activated, squeezed together and pulled up towards your rib cage. And I'm going to leave my arms next to my sides to start. If I want to increase this exercise, I can increase the arm position. I'll show you that afterwards. We're going to raise our pelvis and our butt off the floor as high as you can. Now, my neck to my shoulder blades are still on the floor. Don't raise up to where you can't lift your head up off the floor anymore. So if I raise up even higher, it's impossible for me to get my head up off the floor, and I'm putting strain and stress on my neck. So come down a little bit and check that you're able to lift your head up off the floor. Now the vertebrae are from the top. So these are the vertebrae in my chest, then the middle of my back, and then my lower back. And I'm going to try to release one after the other. The best way to do that is with the breath. So I'll inhale and lower one vertebrae on the floor. Exhale. Inhale. And the next vertebrae. Inhale. And release the next one. Inhale. And the next one. So as you're lowering the top part of your vertebrae, so all the ones that are in your chest, you want to keep your butt lifted throughout. So I'm not lowering everything at the same time. I'm trying to go one at a time. So lower, 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 and keep going until your lower back has kind of hit the floor. Your glutes are still activated, they're pulled together, you feel a little bit of tension in your quads, but you're not all the way down on the floor yet. Now this last part, throughout your pelvis, those vertebrae are fused together. So what you're going to do is you're going to rotate or roll your hip forward. So I'm going to lift my arm up so you can see this. I'm going to lower, lower, and tip, 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 and release. Okay? So if you want to add a little bit of activation of those back muscles and your stomach muscles, you're going to lift your arms up over your head as you're doing it. So my arms are up over my head, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to lower each vertebrae one at a time. Now try to do that singly. This isn't rolling like on an escalator. This is really like walking some stairs. So I'm taking one foot on one stair, I'm taking the next step down, 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 and then doing the pelvis one at a time. It should take you between 15 and 22, 23 single movements to get your lower or your entire back on the floor. If it takes you less than 15, you've gone too fast or you're just rolling down, really try to work on getting those single movements one at a time. This is super good for anybody that has lower back pain or any pain in your back, any kind of tension, people who have tension headaches. This is stretching those little teeny tiny muscles, the one between each vertebrae. You're going to give those muscles a stretch, releasing those discs and improving overall your back's health. So take care, try it out, and see you next time.